Greetings and salutations, brownies. Welcome to another episode of Just Jazz Vlogs. I hope everybody over here in the U.S. had an amazing Labor Day weekend. I know I did. And for those of you who live in another country and are watching, I hope you had a great weekend as well. But for the rest of us, most of us are just getting back to work today. Anyway, um, last night I had a discussion with my mom about my life and how things are going. And after we talked about things, she basically said, "You don't know how incredibly blessed not you don't know. She basically just said, you are incredibly blessed and God has a purpose for you. And I hope," basically that's what she said. And it kind of got me thinking about my journey. Um, I know I've talked about depression and things of that nature, but I misrepresented myself horribly. And I kind of wanted to go back and kind of explain certain things to you guys. Between my junior and senior year of high school, I don't know what happened, but I really just hated myself. I don't know where it came from. I mean, even though I was in foster care for a long period of time, I had so many positive influences in my life. I had so many people uh, teaching me, telling me right and wrong. My first foster family that I talked about, they were awesome and they helped me out. Then when I got into my new foster home, which is when I got adopted, uh, there were just a lot of, see what I mean? I don't know how to say this. Basically, what I am trying to say is that I feel as though I have misled you guys in the fact that every time I told my story of depression and anxiety, I made it sound like I was the one that pulled myself out of it, and that I am just a strong and amazing person. Not that I don't think I am, but I think I just wanted to go in depth of how it really wasn't me. So after, as I said, so between my junior and senior year of high school, I just started becoming depressed. I hated myself. There was absolutely no reason for it. I had a lot of positive influences on me, but it still didn't matter. For some reason, I felt as though I I wanted to fit in. I wanted to fit in badly. I felt like my size and my disability wasn't enough. I, I just felt different all the time, and even though throughout my entire life, my mom and people have told me you're meant to stand out, you need to look at these differences as a blessing and use them to your advantage, I didn't want to hear anything. I wanted to be normal, and I wanted to be like everybody else. And what started happening is I started doing things in college that I thought made me like everyone else. I drank a lot. I some, ingested some weed. We'll just keep it at that. And in my mind, I was living my best life, and I was like everybody else. And after a while, depression started creeping into my life. I started abandoning all of the things that I was taught growing up. I basically just said, screw everything, I'm gonna do things my own way. Which was probably, hopefully to this date, one of the biggest and only major mistakes I made I make in my life. That's basically what happened. I started getting depressed. I gained, as I've said in other videos, I've gained a whole lot of weight. I gained over 100 pounds. This is a picture of what I looked like when I went into college, and this is the picture of when I had to come home by my mother and deal with these issues. Anyway, as you can see, it is drastic. And the cool thing is I've lost a lot of weight since then, but you can tell from this picture, I still have a long way to go to get back to that weight. And I wasn't showering, as you know. I isolated myself from people. I didn't want to be around anyone. I only came out when I had to. I would go weeks without showering. It got to the point where no one wanted to invite me anywhere. And I distinctly remember this one girl, every time I came around, she would hold her nose. That's how bad I smelled. I just didn't give a fuck about anything. And I came home because my grandmother had passed away. This was a few years ago, and it was the first time my mom had seen me in a while, and she was just taken aback, as I'm sure you guys are when you see these pictures. She basically wanted to know what happened to me, and I was still in my depression. I thought I was doing great. She didn't know what she was talking about, and she told me how fat I was, how sickly I was going to get with how fat I was and my size and everything, and I didn't want to hear any of it. And she said, you basically, do what you want to do. You're an adult. I hope you're happy. And there was some other issues that I can't really mention. She brought me home. It was like a quick swoop. No one really knew that I left. She brought me home, and she basically laid everything out for me. She's like, look at yourself. Look what you're doing to yourself. You're overweight. You smell horrible. How the heck did you get to this point? Why do you feel as though this is acceptable? And at that moment I realized, well, not at that moment. Of course it took me some time. I was stubborn. I don't really like hearing the truth. And I don't think most people do, especially with how my mom says things. She can be extremely harsh, but I know that it comes from a place of love. Basically, I started getting my act together because of her. And as I started reflecting upon life, I said, how did you get to this point? How did you get from this to this? And one major thing stuck out to me. This isn't going to be a super crazy thing, but I truly 100% believe in God. And between the years of my depression, for some reason I couldn't tell you, I said that God did not exist. And that is when my life started, in my opinion, that is when my life started falling apart, because I chose to deny him. And like I said, this is not a crazy religious coming to Jesus video. This is just my personal story and my personal struggle. The moment I started realizing that my lack in faith in God is why I'm doing so poorly, is when things slowly started falling into place. I started losing weight again because of my mom. I started showering and giving a damn about my hygiene and my physical appearance. And even to this day, things are slowly getting back to where they should be. But the other thing in my mind stuck out. Remember when I said at the beginning of this video that I wanted to fit in so badly that I was willing to go away from the things that I had been taught my whole life. And I created this person that I thought, I thought everybody wanted to see. Instead of just standing out and being my own person, I wanted to fit in. And I fit in all right. It was just a terrible, terrible situation. I don't know why I wanted to make this video. Maybe a lot of you can relate. Maybe some of you can't relate. I really don't know. But all I wanted to do is let you know that I am not perfect in any means. The reason why I'm becoming successful and the reason why you guys say I'm a good person and you like me and everything is because I truly and 100% believe that God is working in my life. And He has a plan for me. He has a plan for me to do something awesome, I hope. Well, and I just want to share that with you guys. Whether you believe in Jesus, whether you don't, hopefully you believe in something. It's important to know who you are and where you came from. I remember last night I prayed and I asked God to show me what my purpose is so that I can make as many people happy as possible. I do believe that that's part of a lot of my purpose. I just don't know how it's going to be done. Between that and going to therapy and really being serious about therapy this time, I know that things will work out. So the moral of this video is, number one, I hope and pray you believe in something. Number two, this is not a coming to Jesus video. I'm just saying, in my personal life, I know that God is working through me for a higher and better purpose. And number three, be yourself. Just if you're meant to stand out, just stand out. It's not as terrible as you think. One of my major regrets in life is denouncing God and spending at least 5 years pretending to be somebody that I wasn't. I regret trying to fit in. I mean, I'm accomplishing wonderful things now, but look what I could have accomplished if I had always wanted to stand out and be original and be my own person. But I didn't always want that, and I'm disappointed that I wasted so much time, but I'm also happy and grateful that God and my family have brought me back to what I know is right and what I should be doing. I think that's where today's video is going to end. This thing is about 15 minutes long. I'm gotta edit this down because I know it's a lot. Also, tomorrow I want to get into homosexuality and my personal struggle with it. I know I've come out as gay. I know I've come out as bisexual. I've come out as a lot of things. And I've done a lot of self-reflection. Go over some of things I figured out thanks to my mom and praying and things of that nature. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like it, give this video a thumbs up. Comment below if you've had any experiences. It does not have to be a coming to Jesus moment. Trust me, I still curse and scream and yell, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to change. But comment, tell me a story. Doesn't have to be about God, but have you ever gone away from the teachings that you have been taught and felt like you suffered because of it? With that being said, have a fantastic day and stay blessed. Goodbye.